Jez Frampton is with us now. He is the global CEO at Interbrand. It is a specialist in brand building. Jez is joining us now from our London studio to discuss what BP needs to rebuild its brand. Jez, always glad to have you with us. Before we talk about BP's brand, I want to talk about Tony Hayward's brand. I mean, the two are linked. Is the first step to rebuilding BP getting rid of Hayward or downplaying him?
I actually think the focus obviously needs to be here on BP, because BP is the brand that really has the value in this game, and Hayward obviously is a part of that. Personally, I think taking him out of the picture is a bad idea at the moment. All companies need leadership, and this takes out any heart or soul in it, good or bad, and it presents, I suppose, a rather sterile image now in the absence of a chairman that's really taken a clear position in this whole debate. I think from BP's perspective, this might backfire.
Jez, do you think it was forced, though? The hand was forced. I mean, we saw a video of Hayward in a regatta this past week. I mean, it seemed Rahm Emanuel even commented on it, members of Congress. I mean, it seemed to ignite even more anger, if possible.
Well, he's been called gaffe-prone since the beginning of this, and I think it was extremely insensitive to be talking about wanting his life back when the company that he runs is destroying the lives and livelihoods of many people. I think just shows a lack of sensitivity. I think certainly from in a short-term perspective, it seems unclear as to what's happening with him, or indeed who is going to stand into the breach, I suppose. I'm sure it's not going to be the chairman. So will the American people and Barack Obama be left with a spokesman? Again, I don't think that's a very good solution. Companies need leadership. We want to see leadership from BP at this time, and taking the CEO out of the frame without being clear about what his future is seems a little bit uncertain, and I think at this time BP needs to be certain about what it is doing.
Jez, you mentioned leadership. Does leadership in this case improve with an apology?
Well, I think the chairman standing up and apologising doesn't go amiss. I think actually action is probably more important than words at the moment. We've seen a number of pictures over on the TV and in the papers over the last weeks about what's being done. I think the general feeling is that perhaps enough isn't being done, and I think at the same time they need to be setting out a much clearer agenda for the future. From a personal perspective, I feel a lot of what's being done at the moment is extremely tactical. BP are dealing with what's going on at that moment rather than setting a longer-term agenda, which is where I talk about leadership.
Jez, we thank you so much for your thoughts. Jez Frampton joining us there, the global CEO of Interbrand, saying actions that speak louder than words at this point for BP.